Welcome everybody. Is my mic working? Yeah, it is working. Okay. Welcome everybody to the Sunday night live stream, Boxing Day, pre-Boxing Day live stream for Canada. I know Canadians love any excuse to take off from work, unlike hardworking Americans. So I'm actually glad because this actually does give me a little bit of time off tomorrow. 90% of our stocks are Canadian stocks right now. So it'll be a nice relaxing day tomorrow. So what is the point of today's live stream? We're not going to really focus on charts. I kind of want to do more of a big picture. I want to do more of a big picture analysis, not analysis, discussion, answer questions, more kind of big picture philosophical stuff, like how our program works. What's why these why is this such a consistent record of winners? I mean, like, I think we have a 95% hit rate, 95% success rate of companies that we bring onto the platform end up at least doubling or more. We've actually not had any losers. Have we had? No, we have not had any losers. So, meaning there was always a subsequent high. We did have a couple of stocks which, were on the platform like for a few months, or not even a month, like a month or two or a few weeks, and it didn't quite work. But still, those did actually go up. But again, we've had. I can go through all the numbers. This in the last 6 weeks, how many 5x, 7x winners we had. CBDT is up 700%. I mean, we've had stocks doubling in a day. So, and also, most importantly, we're going to talk about 2021. Forget about the past. What happened last month, last week? Irrelevant. Totally not relevant. What matters is, how we're going to make, 10x, 100x, in 2021, because there's going to be some massive opportunities. And there's a couple of interesting. I mean, we're really entering into an interesting time. We got the inauguration happening, a new president. After a fraudulent election with a new president coming in. Theoretically, we don't know yet because it's still a few weeks out. But hey, this is kind of what's happening in the world, and I think Biden could be good for some stocks. I mean, definitely the cannabis stocks, he's positive for. The shroom stocks, definitely positive for. So listen, the best thing you could do, whichever way you vote, the best thing you can do is make money in stocks, in penny stocks. Make penny stocks great again is our mantra for 2021. We're going to make penny stocks great again with a whole bunch of big winners. I'm going to kind of start off with, now in the description of the video, by the way, if you're not a subscriber, please press the subscribe button now. Actually, why should I even say, well, please? Well, I shouldn't have to say please, right? This is like I'm doing you a favor by giving you these great winning stocks. No, but definitely press the subscribe button, press the like button, the dislike button, whatever you want to do, however you engage with the video. If you're watching this after this is live, press all the ads, so that the algorithm goes up, or whatever you have to do. And of course, on our website, we have all the news. Everything's on our site. We're on Telegram. We're in Discord. Let's see here. So let's get started. I do have, if you look in the description of the video, we have a bunch of topics, but I'm kind of, I really would like to use today as really an opportunity to, again, answer your questions. So let's see here. I'm going to start off with subscription is coming soon. Dwight, it is coming soon. Who's up bigly in 2021? And it's going to be huge in 21. 20 was bigly, 21 is huge. Let's see here. Visby, I'm going to have Visby, I think next week. We really should have them this week, to be honest. I think they do want to, but I think next week is a little better, because this week is, the market's already kind of people are kind of, we noticed in the last week, it's already quieting down. And if they have anything substantial, it'll be great to kind of come out of the new year come into the new year with all guns blazing. So let's go to let's go. That's a good question. Good question. Yeah, I gotta look at. Do I believe? Yeah, there's always a little bit of a bullish. The only thing that worries me is there is a lot of bullish sentiment right now. There is a lot of bullish sentiment. I do believe though that okay. So let's kind of talk about the big picture. I think we're in a very, about a month, 6 weeks ago, I was saying, 21 might kind of start off with maybe a market crash after, Biden gets into office, which usually, historically, a president's first year is not good for the market. And so I think it could go either way. I mean, the charts kind of, right now, they're still looking really good. We had a pullback, it's come back. Maybe I'll pull up the charts in a little bit, but I think we're actually in a good position. I think we're going to have like the first quarter, the first 2 months, we're going to have some insane moves in a lot of these stocks. The speculative fervor, the euphoria is in the market. It's probably on a scale of 1 to 10 right now, it's at about a 5. So it hasn't hit the peak yet. We haven't hit peak euphoria. I think we'll hit peak euphoria mid-February, Valentine's Day. It's going to be a Valentine's. So I would say this is going to be the Valentine's Day massacre, like they had in Chicago with Al Capone. So by Valentine's Day, the market might crash hard, and we might see a few months. But I think up until Valentine's Day, we're in a very good, we're in a really good position, I believe. Right now, again, things can change with these stocks. Let me actually go to a couple interesting things. A couple of times I've been asked, who is the best CEO that I've come across in our videos, whatever it is, who's the best guy? And, I've always answered, well, it's the guy whose stock is up the most. But I got to tell you this, I have an answer now because I have the answer. I think this guy may take the cake. This is like, and he's not even a client of, well, not really. And that is, if you saw the live stream we did with Red Light Holland with Bruce Linton and Todd Shapiro. Now, Bruce Linton is the what is he? He's the chairman of Creative Advisory Board. He's an advisory board chairman. Yeah. So let me tell you something. This guy, if you have not seen that video, you got to check out this video because Bruce Linton, and I've never spoken to him before. I've never, and and he really, this guy articulated 100% exactly what needs to be done to create a super stock, a 100-bagger, and he's done it. And what's interesting is, look, the guy, he's been around a while, right? Before Canopy Growth, he had, a bunch of other companies. I think he was CEO of which didn't work, right? But that's the great thing. This guy is resilient, and it probably, takes a while for anybody to sort of get to their peak level. Yeah, this guy really nailed it. If you need to watch this video with Bruce Linton, because he explains really exactly what needs to happen in terms of what it's an incredible video. I mean, it's really and I think it's a great combination. I think these guys have a great team with Bruce and Todd for this stock for Red Light Holland. I think I think it's going to be very interesting to watch. Thank you, Benjamin. I don't know if it was the best, and I don't know. I mean, we've done a lot of interviews. I do have to say, yeah. Okay, so I'd love to have Bruce back because I mean, I got so many. I didn't even get. I mean, like the interview was really about Red Light Holland, but I gotta really have this guy back because he basically said it's like wow, it's like this guy completely gets it. Not only does he get it, I mean, he's done it, right? Look at this. That was a 100-bagger Canopy Growth. So yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'd love to have him back. So that's okay. So that answers your question. So why am I bringing this up? Because if you are new to kind of watching our stuff, you got to check out that video, because again, one of the things we talk about is what's the criteria for these 10 baggers, right? So again, I'm going to pull up some slides from one of our previous webinars. Now, why is the slide not working? Okay, why is the slide not working? Let's see. Okay, now it's working. Okay, let's see. I want to show you this. Okay, so this is, again, let me get all the winners we've had, a bunch of 5 baggers, 10 baggers, 20 baggers, what have you. And again, so let's go to that page. Okay, you got to see this page. Okay, so here is the page, and I like to bring this up because it's very important. Again, companies going to big multi-billion-dollar market opportunities, inflection point, catalyst. Number 4, CEO that gets it. The guy, we need a CEO that gets it when it comes to creating shareholder value. He knows what needs to be done in terms of what the market needs, and knows how to seize opportunities, how to pivot, and how to really promote a stock. That is very, and the importance of promotion. So very, very important. James, you're welcome. And we hope to have a lot more. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to answer just for this question here. Trip consolidate. It's just entering that phase. I mean, it might break out very quick. It's very early still. But this is a stock which definitely has that 10 bagger potential. I mean, I think we'll see over $1 in Trip. If you want to see stocks that are already breaking out, Fans, FANS, broke out already, and that is I think we're going to see $2.50 very quickly in Fans. Where is Visby going? Didn't you see the thumbnail that we have? The moon. It's going to the moon. Yeah, I think Visby is going to do very well. And we are going to have some big moves. Okay, so that's question number 1. Number 2, let's see here. Yeah, one, we do have actually a little survey. We do have a survey. I don't know if you guys seen it. I have it on the website, a survey, which I'm trying to get answers to, because we want to see, we want to create value. I want to create value for the audience in 21. So there's a survey, I think it's on the channel page or whatever, where we ask, what do you want to see more of this year? Do you want to see more interviews with, gurus, like newsletter writers, investment experts? Because we haven't done that many recently. I'm actually bringing a guy to do those. Very, very sharp guy, very sharp analyst. He's going to start doing some guru interviews. Do you want to see more guru interviews? Do you want to see more the chart chat, but on stocks outside of Wall Street Report, like big cap stocks or whatever, momentum stocks, and other penny stocks? I got to tell you, so what is the plan for 2021? 2 things. One is for next super stock, we're going to have some fantastic companies coming out of the pipeline. I'm probably going to bring in a new company. Again, everybody's asking, when are you bringing in the next winner? When are you bringing the next debut with the next super stock? Because everybody thinks, just because the stock goes on, it's going to double and they're going to make money quick. The reality is, and this is I posted on our Discord channel, is that some of the best opportunities are actually in the current stable of stocks. Because why? From a risk-reward ratio. Again, a lot of these are already proven. They're already in the market. The market's catching on. And again, stocks go in waves. They first make a big jump. They might go up 3x, 5x even. Then they drop 60%. This is what happens. and then they go up to that second wave where they might go up, 5x, 10x again. But at that point, exactly. So optionality. Yeah, so this guy, yeah, he really gets it. I mean, I'm a big believer in listen, our whole program is about optionality. Next super stock is pure optionality. It's all about stocks which limited downside risk, massive upside. That doesn't get any better than that. So that is what we're doing, except our options don't have an expiration date. They don't have expiration dates. That's the big advantage here. Let's see here. Yeah. So that's okay. So for this year, what's the goal? We're going to bring out a couple more super stocks in the next probably 3 weeks or so. We're going to have one or two, but I think we got some great opportunities right now in fans, in doc, SHG. I mean, Logic. A lot of the stocks that we've had that made big jumps in October, then they consolidated. They're breaking out now. So look at doc to be a big start running in January. Look for fans. Peak is going to start breaking out. So things are going to be really good. Okay, so what was I asking? I was asking, yeah, so if you guys can hit that survey, we have that survey. I think it's on the channel page, which we're asking, what do you want to see more of? I'm seeing people answers, but I can't get the stats. So, all right, we'll figure it out. But okay, so here's one thing we're doing. So we're going to continue with the next super stock, and again, we're going to keep it. The whole universe is going to be roughly. It's going to stick with that 8-10 stocks roughly. I think we have 9-10 right now, so it's going to stay in that universe because really there's only so many stocks that have meet all that criteria, all 6 of these things here. However, we're going to introduce kind of a new category, which is sort of like what we had in the past. What we had in the past with Wall Street Reporter, where we had a much wider universe of stocks, and that's going to be under the Discovery Day. So I know we had, like, right now we've had a couple stocks at Discovery, like we had, I think but those now they've graduated to full super stock status. But in 21, we're going to have a new category called just Discovery Day live stream, and that's going to be handled by, again, one of our associates here, and we're going to go out. We're going to just introduce companies which are interesting, right? But they don't quite, they don't have these 6, because look, there's 10,000 public companies in North America, right? U.S. and Canada alone, 10,000 public companies between New York Stock Exchange to PennyStocks, the whole universe, about 10,000, right? And of those, there's probably a few dozen that become 10 baggers in a year, and we're luckily we have a bunch of them. However, there's a lot of very interesting companies which they might be 3x, 5x, 2x, and you could learn from these companies, and it's good to have them. For example, there is a company that was brought to me back in November, okay, and it was, let's just call it was in the sort of mushroom space. This is before I took on trip. It was a little bit. It wasn't quite. They didn't meet all 6 criteria. I didn't quite. I mean, I thought the stock would do okay. I thought it would do well, but it just didn't have. Again, if you look at our criteria, basically with next super stock, it's as sure of a thing as possible. Okay, now again, you can lose all your money with these stocks. Let me pull up the banner here, the little thing here with the disclaimer. Yeah, so you could lose all your money. These are very high, very risky stocks. Yeah, you could lose all or most of your money. Don't even touch them unless you're prepared to lose your money. But the companies that meet these 6 criteria, I believe, have been significantly de-risked as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so they're at that inflection point. So they're right at that base. They're about to break out. As far as I'm concerned, they've been de-risked. That's why, and they have that optionality, right? So that's why they become next super stocks. However, there's a lot of companies that they might be in a different stage. So again, in a couple of stocks that we had as originally as Discovery Day stocks, went up like 3x. That was Apia Energy, a couple of others. And again, the stock I passed on in November ended up going up 4x last month. One of the hottest stocks on the CSE. And I could have had it on the channel, but I don't believe that stock has that super stock. It has the longevity. I think it could pop 5x. I'm not a long-term believer in that stock, but we're gonna be introducing those. So we're gonna be bringing you those stocks in the Discovery Day. That's going to be the name of that brand under Wall Street Reporter, which is going to be companies that could be again, they could be easily 10 baggers. Is just we're not 100% sure. They could be 5 baggers, whatever. I mean, it could be New York Stock Exchange companies. It could be Nasdaq. I'd like to do more stuff with Nasdaq companies. That's the idea here. So let's see here. We got yeah, for sure. Why not? Doc is gonna explode. SHG, I believe, is gonna explode a little bit later this month. I think it needs to consolidate. It's gonna be consolidating a little bit, but it's gonna be one of the big, huge winners. I believe. Again, I believe. Of this year, one of the big winners. So let's see here. We got the ICANN. So ICANN is, again, this is a sneaky stock. It's just going to sneak up on people. It's going to double and triple, and people aren't going to even notice. Let's see here. Yes, we have a Discord channel. How do you get to it? I don't know. It's somewhere. Logic is another. Again, Logic, I believe, is going to break out big time in 2021. Okay, so the idea is we're going to have some stocks under the Discovery Day kind of Discovery brand, which are going to be interesting stocks, which could easily be 5x or whatever. But again, they don't meet all 6 of these criteria, so they might meet 2 of the criteria or 3, but they don't meet all 6, which is what we need for a next super stock. But what it will do for you is it'll just give you more stuff to look at, and you can make money with them. I don't know, why not? And we need, let's see here. That's what that's going to be about. That is what Discovery Day is going to be about. Yeah. The Nasdaq stuff. Listen, there's always great stocks on that. I mean, if you think about it, what is Tesla? Tesla is where's Tesla trading? So let's see here. Trip. I think Johnson would be next week. Next week is going to be very busy. We're going to have a lot of companies coming out. With big news. I'm not a fan of the Bitcoin. Listen, I think Bitcoin is, again, like I've said, it's a huge scam. The stock will do very well. I mean, not the stock, the Bitcoin, I think this year is going to be a huge, but then it'll just collapse. However, it's going to be very good for the whole speculative markets. Let's see here. So we talked about the Discovery Day. So again, this year we're going to bring you, sort of a wider universe of companies under that Discovery Day brand. And next super stocks, we're going to continue focusing on those, stocks which are, de-risked, kind of like which have these criteria, which have massive upside potential. Yahoo WFA expected market. Yeah, I think the coronavirus trade is kind of done. I mean, it really is done. Cabin is going to be a big winner, I believe. I mean, you look at that chart. I'm going to do charts maybe tomorrow night, Monday night. I'll do charts. I mean, this is a quiet week, but yeah, we'll do charts Monday night. Let's see here. What else we could talk about? Oh, very interesting. Somebody's asking. Okay, my goal this year is to get our subscriber base. We got to get more subscribers for this channel. I'm actually shocked that there's only like 5,000 people on this channel. I mean, I don't know if there's any other YouTube channel which has stocks that have 10x, 20x. Is there any channel on YouTube that has brought you so many consistent winners of 10x, 5x, 7x, one after the other? There is not. I know there's guys talking about real estate. There's a real estate guy. There's a bunch of real estate guys who have like millions of subscribers. There is, various stock gurus or whatever. I don't understand why we don't have like a 2 billion subscribers. This is shocking. So, and I was asked, actually, it's funny. Somebody was asking me the other day, which is interesting. They asked, I was asked, who asked me this? I think a company asked me. They asked me, why is it? Because essentially, at the end of the day, yeah, sure, we're bringing, let's say with the next super stocks, whatever it is, we're focusing on high potential stocks. But one of the key things that we do, one of the reasons why there is that explosion, quite frankly, is because we bring them to the attention of the market, which is the secret formula. So we take that stock with a great story, and we do, a very sophisticated promotion, if you will, investor awareness, or whatever you want to call it. I'll use the word promotion, and companies pay for it. It's not free, right? The companies pay us a decent amount of money to get the word out on their stock, and it works very consistently, and the stocks explode. So somebody was asking, how is it that you have these stocks that are doubling in one day, and you only have, how do you do this with only 5,000 subscribers? You have like no presence on social media. Like, how is it possible that you can have this tremendous track record, this great type of promotion? And the answer is very simple. There's a couple of reasons. There's a couple of, what you see on YouTube, like you see our channel. Like, again, I saw like somebody was saying something like, there was a quote. I think somebody left a message on an interview with, I forget which company, but the guy said, "Oh, I can't believe they're paying for this promotion, and this channel only has 5,000 subscribers." Meanwhile, I mean, that stock went up like 5x plus right after we, as a result. Well, a lot of it was a result of the awareness we brought. But what you see, for example, what you see on YouTube, that is a very small, it's like the tip of the iceberg of what we do for companies in terms of promotion, bringing awareness, getting institutional buying, family office buying, substantial global market awareness that results in these in that valuation gap closing. So like 90% of the stuff that we do, you don't see here. I should add it's all 100% legal, ethical, and moral. So don't get any ideas. We're not doing anything crazy. But there is, again, why do we have so many consistent winners? The reason is there's a couple of, other little secret ingredients. I mean, some people, and they're very obvious. I believe they're obvious for people who kind of understand certain things. But I'm not going to share them right here in a public forum because, we want to keep some things a mystique. But there is, here's the thing. Any stock that we bring to the attention of investors, the platform that we give them in terms of generating investor awareness globally is a massive, massive, massive benefit. So that's why you could expect any company we bring on is going to get a lot of awareness, and that will result usually in, stocks trading at fair market value, which could be 5x higher or 10x higher, whatever the number is. People don't believe in penny stock. Oh yeah, we're gonna make no, they don't. That's the opportunity. That's Rocky. That is the opportunity. We want to be in those markets where nobody's there, right? So but that being said, I would like to see, let's call it 100,000 subscribers this year. That's the goal for this year. But we don't need 100,000 to have 10 baggers. I mean, we've done it with 1,000 because the channel is actually relatively new, although we have some old content on the web. Manjit, I am glad you came here. This is the big opportunity. Penny stocks this is the great opportunity. 99% of penny stocks are garbage. 99% pure garbage. Absolute garbage. At least 35% of penny stocks. No, let's not 35. 20%. I would say 20% of penny stocks, U.S., Canada, are scams. Like, I mean, literally, they're scams, or 90%. Maybe it's not complete fraud, but there's a high degree of scamminess. 25%. A third are like, just guys who are hapless. Then there's a lot of garbage. The stocks that we're covering represent like 1%. This was zero. So no, 1%. 1%, not even 1% of that universe. And again, so we talk about that in again, check out the video we have, which explains the whole formula that we have for finding these big winners. Scams, yes, most penny stocks. Yeah, exactly, 100%. So we're here to bring you stocks that are legit, or they're maybe only half a scam. They're not a complete scam. I use that word. It's a joke. It's a joke, by the way. Let's see here. So so this year we're looking for that 100 bagger. I think we're gonna have. I believe this year we're gonna have a 100 bagger stock. We're gonna have, yes, Cabin is, I believe could, again, it's one of our next super stocks. I believe it could be a 10 bagger plus. Any of the stocks that we have right now on the platform, on the video channel, are, the answer is a lot, because they don't meet. And again, there's some great companies, I kind of turned down. And again, it's, I don't want to turn them down because, they're paying, right? But we need to have, for the next super stock thing, we got to have meet these criteria. Okay, they got to meet that criteria, and I need to have consistent winners. Okay, look, you're only as good as your track record, the last stock you bring on. I believe it. You wouldn't be watching this if we have stocks that are only doubles or we go up 30%. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I should have more stocks that are, doubles or up 30%, because maybe that would appeal to a wider audience, I think. So yes, I believe Sky Health is a 10x plus. Could be 100. I don't know. Could be 100 bagger. But that is the goal. The goal is this year we're going to bring out a few stocks which I think could have 100 bagger potential. Now, how long is it going to take to get that 100x? I think it could take, that could be 24 months to get to 100x, maybe 36 months. I mean, that's really how long it really takes. Nobody watching this has that patience. I'm pretty sure maybe 1% of people here. Yeah, so Cytodon was up 20x. We introduced it July 2019. July 2020, a year later, 11 months later, it was 100. It was up to, it was up 20x. It went from 50 cents to $10 and 1 penny. So let's see here. Yeah, so we're gonna have this year a stock, a couple of stocks that will be, I believe, 100 baggers. It's going to take them a couple of years, but in the first year, they're going to be 10 baggers. They're going to be 10 baggers. They'll pull back, maybe even 25 baggers, and then we will have huge runs. I'm going to light up a cigar to celebrate the new year. My lighter is not working. Speaking of these, this is a great question. It's a great question. I think I'm going to do that. Case studies. This guy has good questions. I don't know if it's a guy or girl. I don't even know if it's a real name. These are great questions. Okay, to answer your question, yeah, we're going to have some upcoming super stocks, but the stocks we have right now on the platform, they're actually in a great position from a risk reward standpoint to be 5x from here. You're talking about Doc, Fans. I mean, I can go down the list. SHG. I mean, you don't need to find the next. Everybody's looking for the next. It's sometimes the greatest thing is right in front of you. This is what I learned in life. The greatest thing could be right in front of you. P could be that one, yeah. Okay, so what's going to happen with the market crash here? Okay, so there's going to be a big opportunity. I think the market will crash in 21. By crash, meaning a correction of at least 35% or more. Could be a big number. I don't know. What's going to happen is a lot of these stocks that we have. Okay, so our kind of stocks will probably get hit 30%, 35% easily if the market crashes. Like we're talking about a big crash because they're high beta. We could, but it's very easy. It's very likely that there's going to be stocks down 80%. Like we saw this year. Look what happened with PennyStocks this year. A lot of these stocks got whacked, but that's the opportunity. So okay, so this year, so here's the plan for this year. The plan for this year is to have multiple 10 baggers, a couple of these 100 baggers. There's going to be a big opportunity that we are working on right now to. I mentioned something on Discord. We're going to be introducing a new stock, ground floor. We're going to have a ground floor stock, which will be, I believe, a 20 bagger. This year, I think it'll be a 20 bagger in the first year. I love SHG. I love the CEO. I love everything they're doing. I think it's easily a 10 bagger. Okay. Yeah. I mean, actually, it's funny. All our medical deals are good. You have CloudMD, CBDT. So listen, healthcare. Everybody, everybody needs doctors. So yes, scared money does not make money. Our stocks are very risky. You could lose all your money. Let me just put this up. Let me put this banner up right now so you know that. Don't blame me if you lose all your money. Okay, so we're going to have a stock this year that is going to be, I'm going to bring this out. I'm calling this Project X, which is going to be I believe a 25 bagger. And I think what's going to happen is very similar kind of pattern that we've had with all the others. I think it'll be probably 5x, 10x, and within 6 months, it'll drop 60%, 50%, and then it'll be up from there, 5x. It'll become a 25 bagger over 12, 18 months or so. I'll be talking more about this. It's going to be a ground floor opportunity, very high risk, as always. But it's an interesting twist a very unique kind of opportunity, nothing like it out there. It's not trading yet. It is not trading yet. It will be soon. So you can be guessing about symbols. It's not trading yet. So that's project, and we may have a project Y, which could be a 100-bagger. It'll take a few years though for it to be a 100-bagger, but it could be big, big, big. And then we're gonna have our usual, 10-baggers, etc. So I'm going to be talking more about that down the road. I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of a preview. John, I'm smoking a Davidoff Grand Cru #5, my favorite cigar. It's a great cigar. Oh, here's the great thing. They're very consistent. They're always perfect. Always perfect. This is actually the first cigar I smoked when I started smoking cigars. I think I was like 18 when I smoked, and they were very expensive. And then I stopped smoking for a while. Then this is the best. So we're gonna get in big. So here's what we're doing this year. We're doing the 10-bagger challenge, not the 10-bagger, excuse me, the fast lane challenge. I want to talk about that. I haven't mentioned that, but I want to see this year. I want to see somebody who's going to do this. I want to see somebody, because this could be done. Again, I've talked about it in some other videos. This could be done. I want to see somebody here. I want to see one of you guys turn 10 grand into 1 million in 2 trades. And we're going to have a prize. I'm going to show you the prize. You'll be blown away by this prize. I mean, this is the prize I'm going to give. You cannot buy this anywhere. I mean, it's priceless. And here's what's going to happen. How do you do 10 grand into 1 million in 18 months in 2 trades? Again, I showed an example of how it could have been done with Cytodon and Doc. That's just one example. But yeah, very simple. You take 10 grand, you turn that into a 10-bagger, so that becomes 100 grand. All you got to do then, it's very simple. You just got to parlay that into the next deal, and that becomes 10 times 100 grand is how much? 1 million. Now, if you want to go for the trifecta, 3 trades, that 1 million becomes 10 million. But I don't want to say 10 million because a lot of people, it's like too big of a number. So let's just be modest. You can even say 1,000 into 1 million in 3 trades. We'll do that. I want to see somebody in the audience do it. We're going to have a challenge. The first person to get to do this and prove it that they can do it will get a prize. Are you ready for the prize? Okay, RK. RK, are you in Singapore? Because I think, is this Singapore dollars? I think that's what it is. So RK is in for the Super Stock Challenge. RK, are you ready? I'm going to show you the prize. I'm going to give you, check this out. I'm going to wear this. This is, and you never see me wearing baseball caps. This is a Wall Street Reporter cap. It's not a Donald Trump cap. We were doing this. You know what this cap is? This cap is, I just found this in a storage from 1998. 1998, we were sending these out as Christmas gifts. This is a Wall Street Reporter cap. Make penny stocks great again. Cap, Wall Street Reporter. It is high quality. It's not made in USA. I think it's made in the Philippines. Made in the Philippines. So it's not a Make America Great Again hat. It's a Make penny stocks great again hat. We're gonna give this baseball cap to. There's only a few of them left because there's I think I have 3 of them lying around. So that you will get this prize if you turn 10 grand into 1 million and you prove it. The first person to prove it, to have that parlay, will get the cap. I'll even autograph it for you. Here's an example. I mean, I don't know if this. I mean, why would the guy lie, right? So Miguel bought Cytodon at 30 cents. That was the bottom last year at December because we bought out 50, it moved around, it dropped to about 30. and then it went to 1001. So 100, yeah, I don't know. 10. Let's do 10x first. Okay, so Wesley, what price did you get into Doc at is the question. Challenge accepted. All right. I want you to win, Arcade. I want you to win. I want you to turn 10 grand into 1 million. Oh, I don't know. You might be trading with a lot more money. I have no idea. If you're in Singapore, I mean, everybody in Singapore is like a billionaire, right? I mean, that's the cap. Yeah, 1843. Thank you, and for I appreciate that. You want the post? I'm going to give you the post because I'm going to get I'm going to get a new sign. Actually, we're going to have a new sign. We're going to have a new setup coming up. We're going to have we're going to have some improvements. We're going to step up the game, the YouTube game in 21. We're going to get a little bit more professional. Yeah, you'll get the poster in the background. If I'll have two prizes. Number one is the baseball cap, and you get the poster circa let's say 2019, 2020, I believe, 2020 circa. We talked about Neo. I think Neo is going to be a disaster. No, I could do okay, but we talk about Neo. Tesla. The smart trade is to be long Tesla, short Neo, like a ratio of 10 to 1. In other words, long Tesla, short 10 shares of long 1 share of Tesla, short 10 Neo, and you're going to basically capture the what is it? The alpha? Is it the alpha? Because you want the Musk, you don't want the Neo. I mean, even though the cars are much nicer, but what kind of house is a nice house? Is it like on the water? I think SHG is going to be minimum $5 in the next 6 months, minimum. This is a great question. I believe shroom stocks are just getting started. I think shroom stocks are really early. It's I think they just did their first leg because they're not mainstream yet. You get about 6 months before they really peak. And when I say peak, I mean like that first like massive thing where everybody's talking about shroom stocks on CNBC. It's very early, and we're going to see some big weight. It's going to be a roller coaster. So, okay, how do you prove that you did you're going to send me screenshots? Oh, I need to. Yeah, maybe you guys can doctor screenshots. But all right, I'll trust you. I'm sure. Listen, everybody in our audience is very honest. So, let's see here. Okay, so peak CBDT. Let's see here. Okay, here, this is a good example. This guy bought 6,700. Oh, his brother. He bought 6,700 worth of CBDT. He's now at 27,000. So that's 4x, right? That's pretty good. Will Trip be a multi-dollar stock then? I think Trip has potential to be a multi-dollar stock. So we introduced that, let's call it 14 cents, whatever it was. So I think it could be a $2 stock. They have the right kind of idea. I mean, Linton, here's the thing. It's great he's got Bruce Linton on there because, Bruce has done it before. He knows how to, really ride the wave. He knows how to ride the wave. And I think he's going to do it again. I think he's going to do it again. Yeah, if you look, Wesley, if you see the video we did, I don't know, about a month ago, I nailed the top in Neo. Not to brag, but it's, I mean, I don't know if I'd be a naked short of Neo. I want to do that hedge with Tesla, long Tesla, short Neo. So then you got that upside. But you know, you want the superior stock. You want to do the classic. You don't want to be a sucker. CBDT $1. Okay, so if it gets to $1, wow. Actually, RK, if you're in Singapore, what is the big thing? I know in Hong Kong, there's a lot of huge speculation on what is it, the vintage, the whiskeys. There's a crazy market. I think they were into wine, and they shift. I mean, this is like, I think those the vintage whiskeys, or the Scotch, or they're like, there have been 10 baggers in that area. So I want one of those, like, 100-year-old Macallans. Now, actually, I can't taste the difference. I'm not like that. I'm not, but yeah. So yes, CBDT. Let's find out. I think CBDT has a shot at $1. I think it has a real good shot. No, they do not compete. It's very different companies. There's going to be a next test. I don't believe that. No, but I was actually talking about a different company. It was not in the plant space. I'm going to bring out a plant stock. I think in a few weeks, which I think could be interesting. I'm going to bring it in because I think it's interesting. I think people are interested in that sector, so we're gonna bring it out. It's not going to be the next super stock because, again, it doesn't have all 6 criteria, and but I think a lot of people are just interested, and our platform is good for people to get. I've never done any shrooms, nothing. I smoked pot once, but no, a couple times I smoked it. It never did anything for me. So I'm just I don't think I can do any type of high stimulants because I might be immune to it, or I'm just might be too paranoid or something. I don't know. So I don't want to take any chances. I'm good with a cigar, and that's it. Great question. Next big trend this year. Okay, so we're gonna have a couple big trends. I think the shrooms is gonna be one of the big themes. I think we're gonna see the roll up of clinics, that healthcare space. It's not gonna be a massive. It's gonna be like a sub. It's gonna be a theme where once these stocks start running again, then everybody's gonna go crazy. So let's say once Doc goes to like $8, $7, you're going to have a lot of those, stocks going crazy. Were they high? I have no, I don't know. Somebody said one of them may have been. I have no idea. Were they? I am not an expert on the mushrooms. Let's see it. So why did Visby go down? That's usually a good sign. When a stock goes down, like after one of our live streams or afterwards, it's actually good because I've always found like some of the biggest winners usually kind of they popped and then they dropped a little bit, like Cytodyne, Next. I can imagine. I can go down the list. A lot of them kind of dropped in the first, or they dropped afterwards a little bit, and then then they moved. Big themes, yeah. Mental health. I tell you, so this mental health thing, I think, is a theme. I think it's definitely a theme. And Doc has that kind of covered with what they're doing. So they're very smart. I mean, because I think the COVID thing is really it's screwing up a lot of people. The COVID, the lockdowns, all that stuff. I mean, it really is doing more damage to people than the virus. Really very serious. And there's also this. I mean, I think there's a lot of people have problems just because from watching too much, TikTok or whatever. They're tuned into screens. You know, so fintech is good. Yeah, definitely. I think I no I well they're not going to tell you. I believe that they actually do have a plan to. They're this is they want to get as far as they can, as fast as they can. But there might be a merger later the year, like in about 10 months, maybe. I mean, once the stock starts running, once they really start hitting big milestones. I mean, I think the breakout year, this is the real breakout year for Doc. I really believe that. Like what you saw last, and again, look at the interview with Dr. Hamza, which again, people didn't react. The last one, I don't think people really understood. We talked about the health tech. People didn't really catch what he was talking about, I think. And the inflection point, yeah, Doc is going to have, I believe, a massive run in the next few months. And a lot of you are going to miss it because you're busy chasing the new the other thing, the new hot thing. Okay, so you use the clarity, whatever it is, clarity, snap clarity. I think it's a brilliant thing because you can get. I mean, if you talk to, I don't know, a psychiatrist or whatever, or a psychologist, on an app, or it's just as good as talking to them in person. No, I mean, why would you want to? I mean, I guess yeah. If you see them, it's the same thing. No, you don't need to. You don't need to like check their temperature or anything. You don't need to take a blood test. I mean, you're just having a conversation with people, and you can do that through an app, video, especially for younger people. I think they're more into it, like Dr. Hamza was talking about. I think definitely millennials would prefer to, do that type of thing on an app, for sure. So it's going to be very big. Uh, uh, let's see here. You got in an FCO at 7 cents. So as you saw in the interview with Peter, the CEO, they started drilling, as he calls it, the truth machine. Drilling is the truth machine. So the truth machines are at work right now. We're going to find out results in the coming weeks. We're going to see how big it is. I mean, it's a binary bet. It could be 10x. I don't know. That's the thing with mining. They have something high potential, but the truth machine is going to show us what is there. And so that's the thing with these mining stocks. You got to kind of be in it. You really need to be in it before. You need to be in it before it starts running. Let's see here. What else is the topics that we're going to talk about? Okay, so we talked about what it takes to be the 10 bag. We talked about criteria. We talked about Discovery Day versus next super stock. Again, two different. You're going to see those things on our channel, but again, two different criteria, a little bit different. Yeah. Listen, I think when CloudMD, when it goes mainstream, you're going to see a massive run. It's not mainstream yet. I mean, right, the people who own it now, this is still the early adopter phase. You don't see people talking about CloudMD in the US, right? Even in I know in Canada they have a little bit of an awareness, but that is going to be it's going to be big once it starts running, and they have a ton of cash. I mean, it's like a rocket ship fueled up. It's like a Mars rocket that's fueled up, and they're just, you know, ready to go. The Snap Docs mental health app, yeah, it's a game changer. Gold and resource, that is, I believe, going to be a massive theme this year. I believe we're going to see $3,000 gold maybe by the end of the year, especially if Biden gets into office. Because everybody thinks, oh, everything's going to be perfect. You don't know. You don't know. You never know what happens. Usually, there's big surprises uh, happening. Right now everybody's talking about Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin I think is going to hit 100. I'm saying 100,000, but I'm using that as clickbait when I have videos that say it could go to 100. But I think we could see a 40,000 Bitcoin, and what that's going to do. If you see Bitcoin at 40,000, that means all the stocks that we're in, these penny stocks, are going to be huge, because Bitcoin is essentially the bellwether for speculation, because it's complete speculation. There's nothing there. And when the speculative fervor starts running, people are going to go into it. But after it blows up, they're going to go back into like gold. They're going to go into all those things. Yeah, I think this Biden, I don't know if he's going to make it. I mean, I don't know if he's going to make it. Besides, I mean, he's got a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could come out. I mean, his son, corruption, all that. I mean, his son is already under investigation for fraud. I mean, they have the guy. I mean, the big guy, the big guy is, is on record as getting paid off by China. I mean, so I think you don't know what's going to happen, and it'll be a very interesting year. I think, yeah. Here's what I think. I think, let's say if it's not Biden, let's say he's kicked out, whatever, he dies, whatever happens, he gets impeached, whatever. Kamala is she is going to be. I think she's gonna. I mean, she's a complete hypocrite. I mean, when she was a prosecutor, she locked people up for, you know, marijuana possession. But I think she wants to prove that she's, that she's down. So she's going to legalize. If she gets in, she's going to legalize everything. It's going to be unbelievable. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh, you're from this? We got the whole Singapore. Wait, if you're at Singapore, it's got to be. Is it 8? Is it 8 a.m. now? 9 a.m. for you? Um, I think there was definitely a massive fraud that was done, but there's just so many. They really can't prove it. I think that's why they've lost those court cases. It's a lot of little things added up. I mean, a lot of little things added up. It's very strange. I mean, how do you have a guy who has, a state, 80,000 people at a speech? That's Trump, and Biden has 5 people showing up. It doesn't make sense. I mean, how is it possible that a guy who has 5 people showing up to a speech can win? It doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. I mean, what can I tell you? Let's see here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, she's very ambitious, but I don't think she's as liberal as people say. I don't think she's in reality. I don't think she's that liberal. I think she's. I mean, I think she talks the big game, the liberal game. I think she might be. She might be more of a moderate. She might be like a slightly left Clinton. So, it might be. Kevin, I think we could see like a crash maybe after February 14th. Yeah, maybe I say crash, but it could be 30%. I don't know. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be big. But the market is definitely going to be set up for a big collapse later in the year, maybe. But I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I think, look, we have great things happening, you know, in the world. The world is going to be better 2 years from now than it is today. I mean, there's no constant progress. So, and again, if the market crashes, there's going to be some great opportunities in a lot of these stocks, and we're going to be setting up for that. If no one that's right. If no one buys, it's going to be 100x. Ross, what can I tell you? I think those weren't those machines made by Canadians, the Dominion voting machines. I think it's no. I mean, it's very tragic. I mean, America. Basically, the voting system in America. It's like a third world country. It's really sad. What can you say? What can you say? Let's see here. Yeah. There's definitely What Malik kind of nailed it. At the end of the day, look. At the end of the day, it is big right now. Who's in charge? Big tech. So big tech is calling the tune. Big tech is in control right now. It's Twitter, YouTube, Google, Jeff Bezos. I mean, Jeff Bezos is essentially the president. I mean, Jeff Bezos, he owns the Washington Post. He's got Amazon that controls everything, the cloud, all your shopping, anything you buy. He's got all your data. He knows everything you've ever bought. He's the most powerful man in the world. So whoever Jeff Bezos wants to be president is going to be president. That's kind of the reality. And it's not Trump. I mean, Jeff Bezos is, listen, big corporate America, it's like, it's very corrupt. They want to see, they just want to control, the economy. They will control business. Ultimately, if you look at what's happening with the stuff with COVID, who are the big winners in COVID? It's the big companies. It's Amazon. The small businesses are getting crushed, so they want to see that happen. I mean, the big winners are Target, the big stores, not the small guys. So, and that's essentially that's the way it is worldwide. That's the reality of the world. I love Singapore. This is my favorite country. They donate to the super chat. Singapore. I have to go to Singapore. I want to go to that. What is it? What's the Marina Sands Marina, when it's not humid. I have bought in dock at 238. Okay. You're getting in sort of not at the bottom. You're getting in right now. CBDT base in SG2. Oh, I'm not sure what that means. Can you explain? Okay. But I think when Doc, you're in a good position. I think Doc, you're going to be up in the next few months. Bigly, as Trump would say. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of fraud happened there. But nobody. Why can't anybody prove it? I don't know. I'm not like a conspiracy guy. I'm not like but I'm kind of a realist. Look, I mean, I spent my formative years in the Soviet Union. So it's like I understand. I understand kind of propaganda, the government, fraud. It's the whole thing is not good. It's not good. And I think essentially Trump was just a guy that can't control. That's the problem. Trump is not a guy that big business can control, and the swamp, which is the establishment. I mean, Everybody, if you look at it, why did he lose? Well, first of all, he's got a big mouth, which is true, right? So he pissed off a lot of people, even the Republicans. What is it? The moderate Republicans with the McCain, all those people, they all turned against them, saying they're voting for whatever. And so everything added up. It all adds up. I mean, it's all those little things add up, and that's what happens. But I think he's going to be seen 10 years from now as one of the great presidents, like Nixon. Richard Nixon was actually one of the great American presidents who got a bad rap. But if you think about it, what did Nixon do? He opened up China. He made peace with China. Made peace. He ended the Vietnam War. He was actually a very great foreign policy guy. Yeah, sure, he made some mistakes. I mean, I don't know. The Watergate thing was probably blown out of proportion. That was a lot of nonsense. So, yeah, I mean, I believe this is true. Look, the deep state is. I mean, deep state. They don't get together for meetings. I don't think it's like guys get. But if you think about it, look what's been happening the last 4 years with Trump. Everybody in the establishment was against them. So it's amazing the guy got anything done. He's, Marina Bay Sands. All right. I'll pay for the trip myself. I mean, if you want to send like a private jet, I'll do that because it makes it easy. Yeah, I've never been to Asia. I'd like to. I'm very interested in going. I'd like to go. It's just the time zone is terrible. I mean, I have to be working at 3 a.m. to do U.S. market hours. Very difficult. Which of these 10 baggers will have the least impact if they were correct? In other words, which will get least hurt? I think the health. Let me see. I would say the healthcare. What do we have? I think the healthcare guys are going to have the least downside. What else? Yeah, I think the healthcare are probably the most kind of defensive in a way. Let's see here. Let's see here. This guy's nails it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we should be distracted by the politics, all that stuff. It's all just, it's just background noise. Always in society, all politics at the end of the day is corrupt in any country in the world. There's always issues. That's because you're dealing with human beings. The idea is not to get distracted, and the idea is to make money in any market. That is the idea, and that's what we want to do. That is what we want to do, regardless who's president. Especially, let's say Biden is president. I mean, wouldn't that be the best revenge if you turned 10,000 into 10 million? Despite, I think so. Okay, so Visby, where Visby is going to be big. I think you're going to see Trip outperform MindMed, I believe. I think you're going to see Trip become very big. The gains, how much have you made? Are you up 10x? Yeah, we're gonna have some very interesting things. So yeah, so the goal is this year, next couple months, we're gonna have more. Oh, by the way, do you guys want to see more guru interviews? I think I asked. I haven't seen any response. Does anybody want to see more interviews with, like, investment experts? I don't know, like Mark Faber, Jim Rogers. I mean, Jim Rogers says the same thing usually, but we're gonna have that. Yeah, Yugoslavia. I think Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia, is doing well. I mean, Eastern Europe is booming. And yeah, it's amazing. China is booming. China is exploding. I don't know how it's possible. They had the virus. They're doing better than ever. Well, I mean, they're coming back. And this lockdown stuff is nonsense. PKK is gonna boom. They're gonna boom. I mean, they got all the right things happening. Look what's happening. China's shut. I mean, they're not shutting down, but China's actually very smart. I mean, that's what the U.S. should be doing. China is putting a leash on Alibaba and Ant Jack Ma. I mean, Jack Ma is like the Jeff Bezos. He's the Jeff Bezos of China. I mean, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, these guys just, they're Jeff Bezos, Jack Ma. Their interests are not to help people or whatever it is. I mean, they want to make as much money as possible. Look, they're running a business, and they want to crush. They want to have monopolies. And China is very smart in putting a leash on Jack Ma, because they don't want to see any one person, any one company have too much power. Absolute brilliant. And that is why there is going to be an opportunity for a peak. So it's going to be huge. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, do it right now. I'm going to take this banner off here. Let me see what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this. There we go. Take this out here. 100 baggers only. Again, speaking of 100 baggers, so we're going to have a couple things. We're going to have Project X coming up in a couple of months. I'll be talking about that, which I think is going to be a 25 bagger in the next year, and could be, whatever. It could be a big thing. It'll be a unique opportunity. I think we're going to see. I'm talking too much. My cigar keeps going out. We're going to see red light outperform at a percentage basis. On a percentage basis, it's going to catch up. It's very undervalued compared to the peer group. It's just getting started. So a lot of those stocks have already had big runs. So that's why I see it. It's interesting. I was actually thinking about Visby. Could Visby be $2? I don't see why not at this point. I mean, the stories, I think they're going to come out of the gate in January. We're going to have some things we're going to be doing with them also. In terms of what, I mean, the story is really not known yet. I mean, it's only just early adopters. The stock just started moving. So I think that Visby, I was thinking originally at $1.50. That was the original target, because again, we started that stock at $1, 15 cents roughly. So it's, it could be $2, $2.50. Why not? I don't like the Spacks. Phyllis, I don't like the whole idea of Spacks. I think they're, I mean, I want to know what I'm getting. I don't like the risk reward ratio. Again, what I like about the stocks that we talk about, the next super stocks, they're basically the odds. Again, we want to have a situation where they're de-risked and the odds are stacked in your favor, and you can get that big 10x move. And that's the idea. So Spacks, those things, the Spacks, the odds are not stacked in your favor. I mean, the idea with Spacks is just for the insiders to make a bunch of money. Sure, yeah, I mean, the stock could do well, whatever. But it's not, I mean, that's not, the odds are not in your favor when you get that. Michael, thank you. Michael, thank you for the super chats. You're Mr. Super Chat. You're a #1 super chat guy. I'm able to smoke the Davidoff cigar. This is like a $10 cigar here. So as a result of your super chats. I think the Spacks, they're not worth it. I mean, why would you, it's like, aren't you better off making 5x your money in some of these stocks that we've had, like on our channel? I think so. I think we've done better than any Spacks. Davidoff. I do actually do yeah. Let's see here. Bruce Linton, we got to get Bruce Linton back on. The guy is really incredible. Really incredible. Yeah. It's funny. Bruce Linton, I like that thing where he's got the beard and the goatee. He looks like what's his, like Brad Pitt, like an old Brad Pitt now. He's like a character from that movie. What is it? The dude? What's that movie with the Lebowski, the Big Lebowski? Sprouting wisdom. He could be a character in the Big Lebowski. We got to get the guy back on. What is the goal with promoting these stocks in you, right? Do you take position? The goal is, Dominic, is our goal is aligned because we get paid cash, right? And we also get options. We get an option position. So our goal is to, get the word out on these stocks. Stock goes up, and we really make money from the options, right? That's the idea. And if we don't do a good job, we don't make money on the options. So, what is this guy? I gotta put this guy. Okay. Space. This is a real long shot. This is like the space stuff right now is like, what they had back in the 60s, or, I mean, it's just hype. It is years away, maybe a decade from, making real money. But yeah, I mean, people could be mining asteroids, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, but you're not going to make money with that now. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have the big event in maybe May, depending on what happens with the when they're gonna let normalization, when they're gonna open up the border. So that is the plan. That is the plan. I don't like this idea. I think it's weird. These fake meat things, it's bizarre. I think it's like Frankenstein stuff. Yeah, exactly. Because then you're motivated. I mean, it's what is it? Andrew Carnegie, who was the guy who invented capitalism at the turn of the century, America, the richest man in the world. He invented U.S. Steel. Andrew Carnegie said the financial motive must prevail. Andrew Carnegie, that's, you got to motivate people. Yes, I mean, our goal is to make money from the upside, and the cash part really just pays for the cost of doing a lot of the stuff that we do. So that's the idea. Project X. Project X is at the intersection of e-commerce. It's at the intersection of e-commerce, content, but it's in a unique space. It's a unique space that nobody is in right now. There's no public company in the space. And there's going to be an opportunity to dominate that space. And it's going to be very interesting. Then I really, here's, what's interesting is this, right? The one thing I've learned with these stocks, like in the penny stock world, and you don't know, the stocks that have done the best are the stocks I least expected a lot of times. It's the stocks usually I least expect have done the best. So it's fascinating. I mean, the ones that become the big winners are the ones you least expect. So, which is why we want to kind of also do the discovery stuff. So we kind of opened it up because again, look, there is there's definitely so I would say, look, the stocks that we're promoting, the next super stocks, obviously we're looking for 10 baggers, but it could be the one that you least expect is the one that like goes up 50x. Nobody can explain it. You try to be transparent. I mean, look, what we want to do here is give you the we want to give you the bottom line here. We don't want to waste time with anybody's time. Let's see here. You're talking about Project X because it's not public yet. It will be soon. It'll be soon. So it's early. There's nothing to talk about. But it's going to be one of the big ones. It's going to be one of the big ones. Because I think somebody was asking, what are the next super stocks? So we have a few that are prospects we might introduce in January. But this one is definitely in the pipeline. Project X is in the pipeline, so I just don't know when it's coming out. Maybe 4 months. I don't know. DraftKings is pretty huge right now. I don't know. Why do you need? I mean, if fans goes up, from here, if a lot of people have got in at 20 cents, right? But fans can go to $3, right? Easy. I think it's going to go to 250 in a few months. What happens after that? I don't know. Could be, but I'm looking right now at 250. Okay, so we get the Singapore connection. We get the Singapore connection happening here. You're buying the US, RK. You're buying the OTC shares. Okay, so FUNF. That's fans. Is definitely, we're going to see some big moves. Fans, by the way, broke out. Fans broke out last week, so it's left. Fans it broke out of the consolidation. This is the next wave is happening. I mean, hey, I could be wrong. It could pull back. I think this is it. This is the breakout. Peak issued. I don't know. I don't know about this. This guy's all in. All right. I'm not a phone guy, believe it or not. I'm very old fashioned. I'm not into the whole digital currency thing. I know it's a big thing in China. Uh, yeah. No, this is it. This is the next wave. Uh, I'm interested in the idea of featuring like Hong Kong stocks or Chinese stocks at some point if they ever kind of does that, because that's going to be the next big thing once that market becomes more normal. I mean, you have a massive massive audience for stocks, and they like this is they love speculation, so they're not worried about risk. So that could be a big opportunity. If you had to get in one of the stocks at current price, this is a very tough question. I don't want to offend any of our clients. Uh, I would say the one that's broken out right now, where you have momentum, is Fans. I mean, we've got a bunch of others, but Fans is started the big move, and you could see a huge acceleration there. Yeah, this is a great question. So Peak it's like a small version of Ant. Yeah, small is the key word. They're not making waves, so a little bit like an Ant, a little bit you could say, but they're not making loans, right? So they're not making loans. They're just matching banks with borrowers, which I think as far as the government is concerned is great because it's decentralized. They're not what Peak is doing is not they're not making loans, or they're not getting too much power, so they're not stepping on anybody's toes. I just mentioned Fans, Fun F. I like that picture. It's a great picture. So yeah, so this is it. Okay, so let's wrap up. I'm going to wrap up right here. 2021. Please. I got that little on the channel page. I think we have the survey where we talk about what do you want to see more of in 2021? What kind of videos? What kind of videos do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more chart chat? Do you want to see that on a daily basis? Do you want to see more interviews with market gurus? Do you want to see more discussion of other stocks, whether it's big cap stocks, other stuff? What kind of stuff do you want to see? And what else? What else we got? And that's it. I'm gonna wrap up here. And next time we'll what are we gonna discuss next time? The next video is gonna be chart chat. So we're gonna be back onto the discussion of charts, what's happening. I'm not asking, there's a reason why I don't ask about financials because our interviews are really about the big picture. It's more about these stocks move based on investor sentiment and psychology. They're not so much, I mean, they're not earnings stories yet. That would be a different thing. That's like the discovery stocks. Those are mature companies. We could talk about, earnings, growth, whatever that is. These stocks are, growth stage. I mean, yeah, sure, a company may have 80 million in the bank, I don't know, 50 million, whatever it is, like Doc has, but it's not really a financial story. It's more of a growth concept story. That's what we want to focus on. That's the idea. Okay, so again, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you everybody for the super chats, the Singapore super chat group. And we're going to see you on the next live stream where we're going to be talking about charts.